I've decided what to do. I really enjoy the ditch light function um, with the Railpro board, so I'll probably tag the white and yellow for ditch light functions, and then because each ditch light needs its own wire, and the gray wire I might use for the interior light, and the black wire I might use for this extra light in the front. So that leaves a headlight and a tail light. So what I'm going to use are my pre-wired LEDs. They come with the resistor on them already. Here's one that's been cut, and let's see, here's one. You can see the resistor in there, or the diode, or whatever the hell it's called. Like I said, I'm not a technical person, but they're super cheap. I find them on Amazon, and there will be a link to those in the description. So what I have here for the headlight, just put it right back in, is a 10mm bulb. So when I move forward, the light will come on. Now, in order to get this to work for the backup light, when you change direction, all you have to do is swap the wires for the other light. So here I have the red to red and black to black, and what I'll do for opposite direction is just switch the wires. I'll put the black to the red and the red to the black for the backup light, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, this is just to show you. I'm probably going to use a 5mm bulb for the backup light, but this is a 3mm bulb, pre-wired. So what its wires, if you follow them up, the red wire is going to the black wire, and the black wire is going to the red wire. So when I'm in forward, the front headlight comes on, and I slow down and I put it in reverse, and now the rear headlight comes on. Because they're polarity controlled, when I go to forward, it shuts off and the other one comes on. It's like pushing the easy button. So it's instant directional lighting. Yes, I can't turn them on off individually, but I honestly don't care. This engine is more about being able to do switching than anything else. This doesn't have anything to do with Railpro, but this is a fun way to neaten up wires. Now I'm using solid wire here, not stranded, and I've got it chucked up into a drill. And there you go. You got a nice decent section of wire, and I'll know what it's for. This is for the rear headlight. So I'm about to wire up an LED, and on an LED bulb you'll notice that one side is shorter than the other. The short side is the negative side, because short people are negative. I don't know, but that's one way I remember. So the short side's negative side, and for the wiring that I'm using solid wire. This is actually thermostat wire, and the white's going to be the negative and the red's going to be the positive. So the red will go to the positive 5-volt side here on the Railpro board, and the negative side will go to one of these wires with the resistor or the diode or whatever the hell it's called in its path. And those, I have a whole bunch of them right here, and yes, I will put a link in the comments, or I'm sorry, in the description, as to which ones to get. Just a quick thing here that I used to get frustrated with, but if you take a little piece of blue tape and tape the windows in place before you put the interior back in, that's an ugly dude, then they'll stay in place and not flop all over the place while you're trying to get this dude back into position. All right, now the cab's back on. Now you know why I twisted one set of wires. One set of wires is twisted and one set of wires is not. The set of wires that's not twisted is for the cab light, and the set of wires that's twisted is for the back headlight. Now I know what to wire to what. All right, neatened up the wires a little bit. I like to use liquid zip ties, otherwise known as hot glue gun. So I got some temporary twisted wires here, and that's for the headlights, the front and the rear. And then I've got one light wired in so far, and that's for the cab light. So we're just going to test things out here because that's how I roll. And that is the white wire. So we're going to go to tools. Let's see here. Let's change this to I don't know, find something that looks like a cab light, I guess. Yeah, this works. It's a light type, is maintained. I'm going to edit the text, and we'll call it cab light. And that changes the name of the button. And it is the white wire. So there it is, the white wire. Right now I have the brightness for the bulb all the way up, but that's the cool thing is you can change the brightness. So we'll save that. Exit. Now we have our button labeled as cab light. And I also changed the name of the other ones that are for rear coupler, front coupler. So let's see if the cab light works. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cab light works. I still haven't taken the blue tape off all the windows, but you get the idea. So let's see if I have the wiring correct for the headlights here. We're in forward. Okay, that light comes on. Put it in reverse. Let's see if this one comes on. Yes. Awesome. Okay, so now that those are wired properly, you know, one's opposite. And that's the rear headlight going opposite. I can actually get those soldered together and get the motors soldered back in and get some shrink tube on some stuff. And I believe all that's left to wire is the ditch lights that I'm going to throw in the back here because reasons. All right, so with the motors tied in now, I want to do a little bit of a quick test run on the track, just because, like I said, I like to test stuff as I go. It just makes sense to me. So go forward. All right, that light's on. Put it in reverse, and that light comes on. Might as well see if the cab light comes on. Yep. Awesome. Ditch lights, front light, and then we're done. I might actually wire that front light in with the ditch lights so it blinks. Why not?